Activating the billing approval feature allows administrators the ability to review and make changes to reported hours before they are submitted on an invoice. If review is not required, administrators can still press the reject link to any reported details on an invoice so that corrected hours may be submitted again. Administrators can activate the billing approval feature in the Site Configurations Billing tab to require review and approval of reported personnel hours and optionally the reported fees. By default, the billing history page displays all reported information by personnel. However, when the billing approval feature is active, we can choose if they should instead only see what was ultimately approved. Once activated, you will need to log out and log back in. Then, navigate to Billing on the top menu bar and click Billing Approval. This page will contain all the information reported by personnel when they submit their actual hours worked. If desired, use the filters on the left panel to focus on specific details. If your settings have indicated that you would like to override any fee information reported, the fees will be denoted by a blue or yellow icon depending on their type. Hovering over the icon will provide more information. The notifications column will describe any information that will be relevant when making your approval of hours. A blue speech bubble icon will display when a comment is left by personnel when reporting their hours. Hover over this icon to view the comment. If personnel report different hours than what was originally scheduled, a red clock icon will appear. Hover over the icon to view the originally scheduled hours. If an administrator overrides reported details, they will be required to leave a comment. Hovering over the green speech bubble icon will display what was entered here. This can be useful if multiple administrators are reviewing hours. If any hours or rates were overridden, a question mark icon will display next to those fields. Hours that were reported under the minimum job hours indicated in your site settings will display in red font. Hovering over the text will show what was originally reported in case you need to use this information to override the minimum. Note that all of the details present here have not yet been approved, but will still appear on invoices. Invoices containing these details will display a yellow warning icon to alert administrators and personnel administrators, if applicable, that this invoice contains details that are still in review. Opening the invoice by clicking the ID will display its line items and indicate which specific personnel or fees are still awaiting approval. If the details reported are ready to be approved, you can do so by either clicking the green thumbs up button or by checking multiple details and pressing the Approve Selected Details button at the bottom of the page. Note that approving personnel that have associated fees will automatically approve those fees as well. To make changes to the reported hours or rates, click the Override button next to the reported detail. Here, administrators can override the hours or rates being charged to the employer or hours and rates for personnel pay. If changes are made, a comment is required so that your explanation for overriding information can be referenced later. The information entered here will automatically be updated on the invoice. Once the detail is ready to be approved, press the Approve button. The warning icon on the invoice will then disappear and the information is locked on the invoice. If reported details are incorrect and need to be reported again, press the red thumbs down button or reject link on an invoice. Note that fees attached to specific personnel will also be rejected. Rejecting a detail will send it back into the bill pending status. When details are in this status, job information can be modified and/or hours reported again with the corrected information. If you need to make corrections or review any previously reported details, check the box at the bottom of the filter panel that reads Display Only Approved Details. If you need to make any changes to these approved details, press the Unapprove button. Doing so will send the detail back to the previous screen. To navigate back to the main page, simply uncheck the Display Only Approved Details checkbox and press Search. You can then make any needed changes and approve the detail again.